There is a quiet kind of strength that does not announce itself. It does not need to. It builds in silence behind closed doors, within long nights that no one else witnessed. And if you are a Cancer who has been through seasons of doubt, of emotional heaviness, of wondering whether things would ever truly shift, then what is unfolding right now may surprise even you. Because the truth is, you are not the same person you were a year ago. You are not even the same person you were 6 months ago. Something inside you has changed and the universe has taken notice. This is not about pretending to be strong. This is about finally recognizing the strength that was already there, waiting for you to claim it. Strength 1. The first situation that reveals just how much stronger you have become is the way you now handle emotional silence. There was a time when silence from someone you loved would send you spiraling. You would fill the gaps with worry, with worst-case scenarios, with the fear that you had done something wrong. Cancer has always been deeply sensitive to the emotional frequencies of others, and that sensitivity used to work against you. When someone pulled away even slightly, you felt it like a wound. You would reach out again and again, trying to fix something that may not have even been broken. But now, something is different. You have learned to sit in that silence without crumbling. You have learned that not every pause is a rejection, and not every distance is a departure. This shift did not happen overnight. It came through pain, through loss, through the slow realization that your peace matters more than anyone else's approval. You no longer chase reassurance the way you once did. You no longer abandon yourself to make someone else feel comfortable. That is not a small thing. That is a transformation that most people never achieve in an entire lifetime. The fact that you can now hold space for silence, without filling it with fear, tells the universe that you are ready for deeper, more stable connections. And those connections are already beginning to find their way toward you. You may not see them yet, but they are forming just beyond the horizon. The energy you are now carrying is calm, grounded, and unshakable in a way it has never been before. And that kind of energy does not go unnoticed by the forces that shape your path. Strength 2. The second situation is the way you now respond to guilt. Cancer carries guilt like no other sign. You feel responsible for the happiness of everyone around you. And when someone is hurting, you immediately wonder if it is your fault. This tendency has kept you trapped in cycles of overgiving, of sacrificing your own needs to keep the peace, of saying yes when every part of you was screaming no. But recently you have started to notice a shift. Guilt still arrives because that is part of your nature, but it no longer controls you. You have started to question it. You have started to ask yourself whether the guilt you are feeling actually belongs to you, or whether it was placed on your shoulders by someone who did not want to carry their own weight. This is an enormous breakthrough. Most people go their entire lives being driven by guilt without ever stopping to examine where it comes from. But you, Cancer, have begun to see through it. You have begun to understand that feeling guilty does not mean you have done something wrong. Sometimes guilt is just a habit, a leftover from years of being told that your needs were less important than everyone else's. And now that you are questioning that belief, everything is beginning to change. The relationships that were built on your guilt are starting to shift. Some of them are falling away, and that may feel frightening. But what is replacing them is something far more real, far more honest, far more aligned with who you are actually becoming. You are learning that you can love people deeply without carrying their burdens as your own. And that lesson, once truly learned, changes everything. If what you're hearing feels accurate, imagine what could happen if you applied this energy intentionally for 21 consecutive days. That's exactly what the 21-day program in the pinned comment is built for. Daily guidance, focused direction, and real momentum. If you're tired of staying in the same cycle, this is your structure. Strength 3. The third situation is the way you now protect your energy. There was a time when you gave freely to anyone who asked, regardless of whether they deserved it. You opened your home, your heart, your time, your emotional reserves to people who took without thinking twice. And you did it because you believed that love meant giving everything, even when it left you empty. But something has shifted. You have started to notice who drains you and who fills you. You have started to make choices based not on obligation but on alignment. This does not mean you have become cold or distant. Far from it. You are still one of the most loving, nurturing souls in the entire zodiac. But you have added something to that love that was missing before. Boundaries. And those boundaries are not walls. They are not built from anger or resentment. They are built from a deep, quiet knowing that your energy is sacred, and that you have every right to decide where it goes. The people who truly love you will understand this. The people who were only there for what you could give them will not. And that distinction, painful as it may be, is one of the greatest gifts of this season. You are no longer willing to pour from an empty cup, and the universe is honoring that decision in ways you are only beginning to see. Strength 4. The fourth situation is the way you now sit with uncertainty. Cancer craves security. You want to know that the people you love will stay, that the ground beneath you will hold, that tomorrow will look something like today. But life has taught you, sometimes harshly, that certainty is an illusion. And instead of being destroyed by that realization, you have grown from it. You have learned to walk forward even when you cannot see the full path. You have learned to trust that the next step will appear when you are ready for it. This is not blind faith. This is earned wisdom. It comes from surviving things you were not sure you could survive. It comes from standing on the other side of loss and realizing that you are still here, still breathing, still capable of joy. The old you would have needed a guarantee before taking a single step. The new you understands that guarantees do not exist, and that the willingness to move without them is the very definition of courage. You are braver than you give yourself credit for, Cancer. The universe sees that bravery even when you do not, and it is preparing rewards that match the depth of what you have endured. Strength 5. The fifth situation is the way you now speak your truth. For most of your life, you kept your real feelings hidden beneath layers of accommodation. You said what others wanted to hear. You swallowed your frustration, your disappointment, your anger, because you were afraid that speaking up would push people away. But something has cracked open inside you, and the words that were once trapped are now finding their way to the surface. You have started saying what you actually mean. You have started expressing your needs without apologizing for having them. And yes, this has caused some friction. Some people are not used to hearing the real you, and they may not know how to respond. But that friction is not a sign that you are doing something wrong. It is a sign that you are finally doing something right. Every time you speak your truth, you reclaim a piece of yourself that was given away long ago. Every time you honor your own voice, you send a message to the universe that you are no longer willing to shrink. And the universe responds to that message with opportunity, with alignment, with the kind of synchronicities that only appear when you are living in full authenticity. Your voice matters, Cancer. It always has. The difference now is that you finally believe it. Strength 6. The sixth situation is the way you now forgive. Not the kind of forgiveness that pretends everything is fine. Not the kind that sweeps pain under the surface to avoid conflict, but real forgiveness. The kind that looks at what happened, acknowledges the hurt, and then chooses to release it. This is perhaps the most difficult form of strength there is, and you have been practicing it with more grace than you realize. You have forgiven people who never apologized. You have released grudges that you once thought would live inside you forever. And you have done it not because those people deserved it, but because you deserve the freedom that comes from letting go. This kind of forgiveness does not happen in a single moment. It happens in layers over time, through tears and through quiet mornings where you suddenly realize that the weight you were carrying has become just a little bit lighter. You are not finished with this process, and that is perfectly fine. Forgiveness is not a destination. It is a practice. And the fact that you are engaged in that practice at all tells the universe that you are ready for deeper healing, deeper peace, and deeper love than anything you have experienced before. Some people watch, others transform. If you want to be in the second group, the 21-day guide in the pinned comment gives you a clear step-by-step process aligned with your sign. This isn't about waiting, it's about moving. Strength 7. The seventh situation is the way you now choose solitude over settling. There was a time when being alone felt like failure. You equated companionship with worth, and the absence of someone beside you felt like evidence that something was wrong with you. But that belief has been quietly dissolving. You have started to find richness in your own company. You have started to enjoy the stillness of an evening spent alone, the freedom of making decisions without consulting anyone, the deep satisfaction of knowing that you are complete, exactly as you are. This does not mean you have given up on love or connection. It means you have stopped accepting less than what you deserve just to avoid being alone. And that is one of the most powerful shifts a person can make. When you no longer fear solitude, you become magnetic. People are drawn to those who are whole within themselves, because that wholeness radiates outward like light. The right people, the right opportunities, the right experiences. They are all being drawn toward you right now, precisely because you are no longer chasing them from a place of desperation. Strength 8. The eighth situation is the way you now handle disappointment. Disappointment used to flatten you. When something did not go as planned, when someone let you down, when life took a turn you were not expecting, you would retreat into your shell and stay there for days, sometimes weeks. The emotional weight of unmet expectations was almost unbearable. But now you process disappointment differently. You feel it, yes. You honor it. But you do not let it define your next move. You have developed an inner resilience that allows you to grieve what did not happen, and then turn your attention to what still can. This is not about being tough or pretending that things do not hurt. This is about having a deep, unshakable trust in yourself and in the flow of your life. You have seen enough cycles of loss and renewal to know that disappointment is often just redirection. And you have learned to look for the door that opens when the one you were counting on closes. That ability, Cancer, is rare. Most people get stuck in the pain of what they lost. You have learned to keep moving through it, and that movement is what separates those who survive from those who truly thrive. Strength 9. The ninth situation is the way you now invest in yourself. For years, your energy, your money, your time, your attention, all of it went toward others. You nurtured everyone around you while quietly neglecting yourself. You put your dreams on hold to support someone else's. You delayed your own healing because someone needed you. But recently, you have started to redirect some of that extraordinary nurturing energy back toward yourself. Maybe you have started a new practice that feeds your soul. Maybe you have finally addressed a health concern you had been ignoring. Maybe you have simply given yourself permission to rest without guilt. Whatever form it takes, this investment in yourself is one of the clearest signs of your growing strength. It means you have finally understood that taking care of yourself is not selfish. It is necessary. It is the foundation upon which everything else is built. And the universe rewards those who honor themselves, because self-care is a form of trust. Says, I am worth the effort. I am worth the time. I am worth the attention. And yes, Cancer, you absolutely are. Strength 10. The 10th and final situation is the way you now look at the future. For a long time, the future felt heavy. It was filled with worry, with what-ifs, with the fear that the best days were already behind you. But something has shifted in the way you see what lies ahead. There is a quiet optimism growing inside you, not the naive kind that ignores reality, but the grounded kind that comes from having survived real hardship and knowing that you have the strength to face whatever comes next. You are no longer dreading the future. You are beginning to welcome it. You are beginning to see possibility where there used to be only fear. And that shift in perspective is not just a feeling. It is a signal. It is the universe telling you that the season ahead is different from the ones that came before. The challenges will still come because they always do. But you will meet them from a place of power, not from a place of fear. You have earned this, Cancer. Every tear, every sleepless night, every moment of doubt has been building toward this version of you. And this version is stronger than anything the world can throw at you. This is your truth, Cancer. You have changed in ways that the people around you may not fully understand. But you feel it. You feel it in the way you carry yourself, in the way you respond to challenges, in the way you choose peace over chaos. The strength you have built is not the loud kind. It is the kind that holds everything together when the world tries to pull it apart. And it is yours. No one gave it to you. No one can take it away. It was forged in the fires of your own experience, and it will carry you further than you can possibly imagine right now. You have two options after this video: close it and hope things shift, or decide that the next 21 days will be different. If you choose the second, the structured 21-day transformation aligned with your sign is waiting in the pinned comment. The energy is already moving, the only question is whether you are.